Namaste. This is Nisarg from India. Today I will present a critical shift happening in artificial intelligence system. Traditionally, AI has been personalized as a supporting tool where humans remain the center in the decision making. However, we are now witnessing a transition throughout the system where the AI is no longer assisting but actually orchestrating the existing core opportunities. This shift fundamentally change the how we understand the agency, control, and responsibility in organizations. So our work is about from human in a loop to the AI in a front state. AI emergence from the decision from the agent-centric digital platforms. The main motivation behind this comes from the simple observation as the AI system become more capable, organizations begin to delegate more decision-making authority to them. This is not just automation. This is the structural shift who holds the operational control. When the AI begins, indicates the coordination processes and the finalize the outcomes. The role of the human changes from decision making to the supervisors or observers. This creates the new platform risk assessmentally in the cyber and the governance and accountability domains. So traditionally we had a human in the loop system. In this system, human make the decisions and AI provides the recommendation. Final authority remains with the human. Now we are moving towards the AI in the front system. In this model, human set initial goals or the constraint. AI platform operates independently. Human intervene only expectations and this only in the when the expectation is not met. When the exception is that the major shift from control to the delegations. These are the background of the historical socio-technical system architecture which motivates us to study this problem. The transition creates deep conceptual challenges. Authority no longer centralized with human, instead it becomes distributed across the algorithmic agents. Controls become indirect rather than the direct. Humans are no longer continuously involved. They define the boundaries, but they support system operators autonomously within those boundaries. This leads to the responsibility ambiguity, reduced visibility into the decision process, as well as the deficiency in the assessing the accountability. So this kind of the problems of the paradigm shift occurs that leads to the traditional transformative change. To understand this, we introduce Atlas framework, which stands for Autonomous Technological Loop of Artificial Sovereignty. Atlas describes how the AI system operates in a closed loop. In this loop, AI agents perceive the input, process their information, make the decisions, and execute the actions. And they continuously update themselves. All of this happen without real-time human interventions. In Atlas system becomes self-sustaining once it initialized by humans and AI agent coordinate among themselves. To achieve the objectives, humans are only involved setting the initial rules, monitoring the high-level outcomes and intervening the failures case, and this creates what we call artificial sovereignty where the AI system effectively govern their own operation within defined constraint. So it have a AI actor, it has a AI sovereignty, and it has a AI decisions. AI drives the social disclose. In the case of, we will study with the three case. So we have a three cases which we going to study in or discuss in a very detail. First is agent-centric platform like a Maltbook. Second is the AI as a manager or AI as a employee on AI multi-agent coordination systems, which leads to the accountability, diffusion, epistemic instability, and redefine the human agencies. So these are the classical problems of IS theories. So in the case of Maltbook exemplifies the as AI as a social actor. In this platform, AI agent autonomously generate a content, engage and discuss and shape the discourse without direct human intervention. Humans are reduced to observe rather than the participant. This represents shift the meaning of production from human cognition algorithmic generation. Additionally, it indicates the such as a data leaks, agent improvisation, and highlight the governance risk associated with the such as a system emphasizing for the robust identification accountability mechanism a risk in a social platform. However, this shift introduce a serious risk. For example, AI agents can impose the identities. AI agent can be act as a some fake precedent. AI can lead to data leaks occurs at the scale as we see in the Kiro case of the Amazon. Misinformation can be prolonged, propagated autonomously. In this case, Modbook indicates the exposed API keys, data vulnerabilities highlight the how the fragile governance structures in the such autonomous environment can lead to the failures. This shows the how that when AI controls the interactions and human don't just observe it, traditionally safeguards become insufficient, and that leads to the catastrophic failure. And this seriously says that as of now, AI systems cannot get the serious control of the daily operational life. This case concludes like that. Case number two. A second category of the case is AI orchestrated labor platform such as a renter human system where AI act as a manager. Here AI act as a manager where they assign the task to the humans, evaluate their performance, and control the visibility and the compensation. And human are no longer decision makers. Uh, and this is the real live website available on the internet, and but it components within the algorithmic workflow. If the algorithm change, their decision making change. This represents the shift towards the algorithmic management. So that challenge the classical management principles from the Henry Foyle, and where the control is embedded in code rather than the hierarchy. And that leads to the standardizations. And Taylor's some principle are challenged also over here. The third case which we see is the multi-agent ecosystem, such as the AI town or autogen system. In this environment, multiple AI agents detect and multiple AI agents interact. Each agent has a role. They collaborate, negotiate, and they critique to each other. Their tasks are complete through the coordinated among the agents and the votes without centralization human control, and this can create decentralized systems which where the intelligence is distributed and across the agents. And this is also one of the real example available on the GitHub. So using at last, agent-centric platforms can be categorized into three types. AI as a social platforms for a focus on engagement and the discourse of the generation. AI as orchestration label. Secondly, and emphasize on the productivity control and algorithmic management. Multi-agents ecosystem prioritize autonomous tasks complete through the coordination and agent indication. Each category reflects the different manifestation of the AI sovereignty and control coordination logic. So therefore, we need to rethink the governance entirely. Further, the ecosystem must incorporate built-in accountability mechanisms and transparent decision pathways that real-time monitoring override the capabilities. Governance must be moved from human supervision to the system level design principles. This means embedding control to the traceability and responsibility direct into the architecture of AI system. So this can change and open the new paradigms for the researcher. These are the references which we use in our research work. Thank you. Thank you for listening me.